Hi dear friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I will discuss the greatest of all time pens in my collection. For this I have chosen 6 fountain pens and I will give a writing sample for each of them, and I will give you my reasons why I consider the greatest of all fountain pens, why they made it to my preference list, and I will give you a writing sample. So I chose 6 of these fountain pens, and number 6 is Jinhua 950, a fountain pen that I already reviewed. Actually, all these fountain pens that made it to the list is from those that I've already made video reviews. It may come surprising to you that on number 6 I chose, or in my list, a Chinese pen from Jinhua made it, but I consider this a truly great fountain pen, also from build quality, also from the way it writes, also from the point of view of ink drying issues, because this is for me and for those that have many pens in their collections and they don't manage to use it maybe within the week, the fountain pen, and then you suddenly want to use a fountain pen and try to write with it, and suddenly the ink dried up, and then it's annoying to have the fountain pen prime it up again and fiddle it so that it starts writing. So this Jinhua 950, it's built out of porcelain. It's really special in terms of design, and the build quality appears to me at least flawless. And also I'm quite impressed with the writing with performances of this particular fountain pen. If you want more details about it, I recommend one of my previous videos. Here I will give you just a writing sample for this fountain pen. So let's start. This is number 6. You can also use it very comfortably capped. And this is Jinhua 950. Is from fine China porcelain, and the nib is number 6 nib, and it's really smooth and it writes surprisingly well. The ink is Pelican Royal Blue. No skips, no hard starts. This is Pelican Royal Blue 4001 that you can find in store, one of most affordable inks, and I also use it for review purposes. On number 5 on my list I have the Parker Sonnet series, the sterling silver, and this is also quite an impressive fountain pen. I also heard many people being surprisingly very pleased with this fountain pen and its writing performance. From my point of view, the build quality is truly excellent. The design is very timeless. It's been around already for 70 years. This chisel pattern that we see here, and also the writing performance and the drying issues are quite fine for this pen. I must say that if you use it within 2 weeks it still performs quite well. If it's probably longer than that, then drying issues starts appearing. I think this is one of the few American brands still around that mass-produce fountain pens, and I must say that I'm very pleased, very happy with this fountain pen. And also, even though probably it's made in China or somewhere else as usual for American companies, but I think it's anyways one of the best pens out there and could compete very well with European house brands and Japanese house brands very well. So the Americans could be proud of this product, and I think although in the past they have had much more fountain pens with fantastic performances such as Waterman's and so on, I think Parker is one of the few surviving companies that still produce quality product, at least in the higher price range. So without too much talk, if you want to see more details about this particular fountain pens, I recommend one of my previous videos. And without too much talk, I will give you a writing sample for this fountain pen. I can cap it also very easily. It's very light fountain pen, very beautiful design. So this is Parker Sonnet Chisel pattern, sterling silver. This is a fine nib, and the ink is sepia from Rohrer and Klingner. So this was number 5. Let's go now to number 4 fountain pen, and I must say this in my preference is a fountain pen from Pilot, and it has a very beautiful design, and this is a Maki Blossom design. I've reviewed this fountain pen already. The build quality is just fantastic. The workmanship on it, nothing to complain here. No ink drying issues whatsoever. The nibs are from Pilot are fantastic, and I have only good words about this fountain pen. It writes very smooth, no feedback. It's absolutely great. So this fountain pen here, I will have the writing sample. I usually don't cap this fountain pen just not to ruin the Maki E here. And this has made it to number 4. This is a Pilot Maki E. I've reviewed this fountain pen also, and the nib is medium, and the ink is Cassia from Rohrer and Klingner. I think it's hard to argue that this is one of the best fountain pen out there, also from the point of view of design. The fact that it comes with a gold nib, and also for the workmanship and all the details that the Japanese put in these fountain pens. And we go further on my list, and I will say the number 3 is a fountain pen from Sailor. That's the 1911. Absolutely top quality from Japan. Sailor makes one of the best fountain pens out there. They put great care and attention to detail in every fountain pen they manufacture, particularly those that come from Sailor 1911. I also reviewed this fountain pen. I recommend you watching it for further details. Absolutely gorgeous fountain pen. And here, beautiful nib designs, 21 karat gold, very unusual. And also this fountain pen is very light and no ink drying issue whatsoever. I've made such a test in one of my previous videos. So this is on number 3. That's Sailor 1911, the Profit standard, and the nib size is medium fine, and the ink here is Verdigris from Rohrer and Klingner. I've never ever had problems with this fountain pen. I truly recommend it, and it's amazing. We go further on my list, and I will say number 2 is the Pelican M800, the Sovereign series, that comes with green stripes, and this fountain pen is a piston filler, absolutely great workmanship, flawless, also no ink drying issues, absolutely fantastic. And it's also good for everyday carrier and also for special occasion or just for signature. I've also reviewed this fountain pen and I recommend you watching. They also always have these beautiful nib designs from Pelican, the two-tone nib, one of the best out there, and very light pen made of celluloid and acrylic, and this made it on number 2 on my list. So this is Pelican M800 series. The nib is fine, and the ink is the usual Pelican Royal Blue. And this is absolutely smooth, excellent writing, feeling, top, recommended. Perfect size as well for men or women. Great performances. And number 1 of my list, I chose this also because of its beautiful design, but also because of its writing performance and absolute gorgeous style, is the fountain pen from Waterman, the Waterman Current version. And this is amber lacquer with gold trim. I also reviewed this fountain pen. Truly gorgeous inlaid nib. And I think I have several from Waterman Current and none of them disappointed. None of them shows ink drying issues. Best performance. The nibs are very smooth, and this made it to number 1 in my list. I also use them as everyday carriers, and I can only truly recommend it as true fountain pen workmanship from Waterman. This is a writing sample, and this is the Waterman Current. The nib size is here medium, and the ink is Waterman Absolute Brown. Great fountain pen, and very pleased with it. As an honorable mention, I must say there are quite a few out there, but I will say a fountain pen that I've been truly impressed with, and apart from some, let's say, design issues, I think it's perfect workmanship. And this is the fountain pen from Faber-Castell. This is the Emotion Pear Wood version, and this fountain pen is also flawless. It has one of the best steel nibs I've ever seen, ever tested out there, and this is an honorable mention which I feel it's well deserved. So this is mention Faber-Castell Emotion, and the ink is also Waterman Absolute Brown. Faber-Castell makes truly fantastic steel nibs, beautiful design, no breather holes, and I truly recommend it. For a starter pen, is not very cheap, but as a starter pen is just fine. Honorable mention. I hope this was useful. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave your comments below this video. Looking forward to them, and see you next time. Bye bye.